What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, now, newly crowned, undefeated, IBF, WBO, WBA, lightweight world champion, superstar boxer, Teofimo Lopez, responds back to all of the claims made by his rival now, three-division world champion, former unified lightweight world champion, Vasily Lomachenko, superstar boxer. Lomachenko is now claiming that he was robbed in the fight, right? He thought he won the fight clearly, is what Vasily Lomachenko is feeling about the fight. And he feels like they took the fight from him. So he's saying now that he wants an immediate rematch to be able to rectify the situation from his standpoint, because he felt like he was duped in this situation. Well, Teofimo Lopez has responded. He's not giving Vasily Lomachenko a rematch. And if I am Teofimo Lopez, from my personal opinion, I would not give Vasily Lomachenko a rematch either. They had no rematch clause in the negotiations due to the fact that, for one, legendary promoter, top-ranked CEO Bob Arum doesn't even believe in rematches, as he stated to me on my channel. He stated that I don't believe in rematches. If the public and the boxers want a rematch, if they call for it, then I'll abide by it. But from my standpoint, I don't believe in rematches. So Teofimo Lopez and Vasily Lomachenko didn't have a rematch clause. And I have to, I have to say that that's due to partially the fact that Lomachenko's, confidence. He was overly confident going into this fight. He should have had a rematch clause, being a long-lasting champion within the sport of boxing. You should always have a rematch clause within your negotiations in your contracts. Whether Bob Arum agrees or not, that's a demand that Lomachenko, and the stipulation that Lomachenko should have put in his contract, right? To have a rematch clause, an immediate rematch clause, right? But due to him being overly confident and feeling like, I believe that, he believed in the hype that everybody was saying about him. He's the Matrix. He's, an anomaly within the sport of boxing. We never seen anything like him. Bob Arum, who was his promoter, said that he's, better than Muhammad Ali, better than Floyd Mayweather. And I believe he started to believe in that, overly confident, feeling like this 23-year-old kid with only 15 fights doesn't stand a chance. But in my opinion, Vasily Lomachenko lost the first 6 and 7 rounds. Clearly, right? Now, there may be a round you may feel like, oh, I want to give it to him. But for the most part, he lost the first 6, 7 rounds. Bob Arum has admitted this. There's many boxing pundits that have thought that he lost the first 6 and 7 rounds, right? And so Vasily Lomachenko, at the very best, he could have gotten a draw. But if you lost the first 6 rounds, and then you clearly lost the round 12 because you was almost stopped in round 12 until an illegal headbutt saw Teofimo Lopez suffer a gash over his right eye, and the fight be stopped and paused with 10 seconds left in the round, when he seemed to be on his way out, very badly hurt. Looked like Teofimo Lopez was getting ready to close the show in the 12th round, and Lomachenko headbutted him, which he was doing the entire fight. And which Teofimo Lopez suffered an injury. And you can hear Teofimo Lopez's father, trainer, and manager stating early in the fight in the corner that you got to be careful with the headbutts, because you're going to suffer a cut before you know it, because he's leading with his head. And so this happens when you have southpaws and orthodox fighters. You get a clash of heads, right? But until that point, in the 12th round, Teofimo Lopez seemed to be on the verge of stopping Vasily Lomachenko. So you clearly lost the 12th round. You lost clearly the first 6 rounds, in my opinion. If you want to give him one, okay, that's still 5 rounds. You can't give him more than 1 round in the first 6 and 7 rounds. You can't, right? So let's say he won 1 round in that, and you give Teofimo Lopez 5 rounds. Well, okay, then he won the 12th round. So that's still, at the very best, the best that Lomachenko could do at that point in time is a draw. So to say that he was robbed in this fight and they took it from him is an absolute is absolutely ridiculous, in my opinion, because his team was even feeling like, you could see on their face at the end of the fight, they weren't confident they won this fight. You could see their body language in the corner as the fight was playing out. They weren't confident. You could see his father was hinting at the fact that you're behind on the scorecards in the corner. So that shows that they weren't confident. So how do you feel like you were robbed in the fight? It's one thing to say it was a very, very close fight. You want to run it back. There's some things that you want to make adjustments to, and you believe you could be victorious in the rematch. That's one thing. But to say that you were robbed in the fight is an absolute ridiculous statement made by Vasily Lomachenko. Now you can feel like you won the fight, but you know, as a boxer, as a competitor, as things are unfolding, you know that it's just not your night in any type of sport. Okay, you know when it's just not your night. And Vasily Lomachenko, his body language said it all, because after round 6, he started to press the action, and because he knew he was behind on the cards, and he never made adjustments. Okay, it was just the fact that Teofimo Lopez decided to stay flat-footed, stand in the shoulder roll, and try to counterpunch him from round 6 on, which saw Vasily Lomachenko have success. But anytime in the fight that Teofimo Lopez pressed the fight and moved forward, Vasily Lomachenko was not throwing any punches. He was not counterpunching. All right? At one time, he threw 11 punches in one round and only landed 2. He did not land double-digit punches in this fight until round 8. I'm going to say this again. He did not land double-digit punches in any round until round 8. So how could he possibly feel like he was robbed in the fight? No, it's one thing to say that you was more competitive in the second half and you thought you figured it out, and you at the very best you garnered a draw. At the very best, you were outboxed. See, here's the thing. I feel like Vasily Lomachenko is embarrassed due to the fact that he was outboxed and he was pegged as the masterclass boxer that was an anomaly that we never witnessed before. And he got in there with a kid that's 23 years old and only 15 fights, a la himself. And he was outboxed for the first 6, 7 rounds. He didn't land double-digit punches until the 8th round. Is when the first time in any round that he landed double-digit punches. 8 rounds. That means it was only 4 rounds left in the fight. And that's the only time he landed. That's the first time he landed double-digit. That means he was getting outboxed for the majority of the fight. Simple and plain. And now he's embarrassed because, like I said, they said that he was an anomaly. And Teofimo Lopez exposed that and showed that he's anything but that. He cannot box going backwards. He cannot box going lateral. All of the little herky-jerky little steps and, to get you off balance, to get you, he's accurate with his punches, right? And he uses these angles and these this is foot placement to get you out of position, and he's accurate with his punches. But when you athletic as him and have the skill set as he does, and you have power, and you're big, strong, and strappy, and can withstand his punches, he's not effective. Because when you could start, yeah, he has success in spurts, but when you start to press him back and push him back, he's not successful. He cannot fight off the back foot. He cannot fight going backwards. This is being proven over and over again with these style of fighters. We've seen this with Gennady Golovkin. We've seen this with Sergey Kovalev. We've seen this with Victor Postol when he was considered the boogeyman at junior welterweight until he ran into Terrence Bud Crawford. We see this all the time. We saw this with Vladimir and Vitaly Klitschko. We see this with guys with this style of fighting, with the Eastern European style of boxing. They cannot fight going backwards. They are come forward. They are what you call front runners. When they have the advantage, when they are pressing the fight and is fighting at their pace and they're able to come forward, then they have a ton of success. But when you change the pace and you make them fight at your pace and you make them fight backwards and have to make adjustments, none of them make adjustments. We see when Sergey Derevyanchenko, he's an anomaly because he can fight going backwards and he can fight coming forward. But he was pressing Gennady Triple G Golovkin as well as Kell Brook. They were both having major success. I thought that Kell Brook was winning the fight until he got injured, and I thought Sergey Derevyanchenko won the fight against Gennady Golovkin. We saw Andre Ward press back Sergey Kovalev, and from that point forward, anybody he's fought press the fight, and they have success. Okay? We saw what Terrence Crawford did to Victor Postol, and from that point on, every guy that Victor Postol fought, they pressed him, and he lost the fight. So we see this. He's an anomaly. Sergey Derevyanchenko, because he has a similar style, but he's able to fight lateral. He's able to fight going backwards. He's not the best at doing it. He's better at going forward, but he can make adjustments. These guys, Vasily Lomachenko can't make adjustments. He does not make adjustments. So it was all an agenda and all a way to bolster Vasily Lomachenko, who they rave about his amateur background, which has nothing to do with his professional career. And you see, with 400 plus amateur fights, he hasn't learned how to fight going backwards. That's the issue. So Teofimo Lopez said, I'm not giving him a rematch. No way, no how. I'm moving forward. I'm looking forward. And nobody should be complaining, because we see that everybody's on board with Tyson Fury saying that he's not no longer interested in having a rematch with Deontay Wilder. And everybody is already pegging it as, we want to see the next big fight with Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua. So you should want to see the next big fight with Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney for Undisputed. So let's see how this all plays out. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue by Sports TV. Hey, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed? Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue by Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.